internal medicine at Texas Tech here in Amarillo. And I want to, again, like Julie did, just welcome you all and thank you for coming out to join us today. This is just, I think, a great idea, and I want to commend our medical school class. This group of third years, you know, we get a group of third years every year, and this group has just, as soon as they hit town, they started asking me and the dean and different people, how can we get involved in the community? And I've been very pleased with that attitude and effort, and Julie and her classmates have worked really hard to get this organized. She discovered this program, I guess on the internet or somewhere?
Through a book.
In a book. And she got in contact with the company that started it. She learned about it, she brought it to me, and she said, do you think this is a good idea? And since if you're my patient and you're here, you know I talk about this every time you come to see me, about how important it is for us to if we're not active, to get active, and if you are active, to stay active. And Julie shared this story yesterday with me that the founder of this program, the Walk with the Doc, apparently started because one of the docs, the founder, one of his patients was doing really well with diabetes, high blood pressure control, and she was walking on a regular basis, and then she lost her partner, her walking partner moved or died or something, I don't know what happened. But anyway, and then all of a sudden, like, all of those things started getting out of control. And he said, what's going on? And she said, well, I don't have my walking partner, so I'm not walking. And her blood pressure got worse, her diabetes got more difficult to control, etc. And so then he offered to go walk with her. Mm-hmm. And now I think that doc has 200 people walking with him every week. So it's a neat program. And then it's now in what, 15 states?
It's now in 15 states in Canada.
15 states in Canada have Walk with a Doc programs now. So anyway, as a physician, I can tell you, because I take care of diabetes, high blood pressure, arthritis, heart disease every day in the clinic. And I'm glad to see Dr. Jody Wilkinson here too, because he is an expert on this right here. Raise your hand, Jody. And he gave a recent excellent Grand Rounds talk at Texas Tech about all of the benefits of exercise for all of these health conditions. And I was reviewing some of the data last night on the internet, on the medical sites, and just the fact that you get out and are active 20 to 30 minutes several times a week can reduce the rate of heart attack in the group of people who do that by 50%. In other words, you have half as much heart disease in the group that stays active. They've done studies where they've taken people who are prone to diabetes because it runs in the family or because of their weight situation, and they've taken two groups of those people in studies and said, this group, okay, we want you to go walk. This group, just do whatever you want to do. And there's less, it actually prevented the development of diabetes in people who were at high risk for it, just by being active and walking. Similarly, for blood pressure, there's data to show that you can lower your blood pressure 10 to 15 points. Whatever you just got measured, you can lower it by 10 to 15 points just by becoming active and walking on a regular basis. So I want to just commend you, and I'm not going to go into great detail. There's a lot of data out there, and we can share more as the weeks go on about the benefits. And I've only touched on it. Matter of fact, yesterday, you know, I get all these medical journals in my office, and one came yesterday, and I always look at least at the titles, and if it looks interesting, I'll read a little bit more. And one of the titles yesterday said the benefits of exercise, and it was a walking program, on your mental health. And I looked in it, I was reading it, and it actually talked about how depression goes down. It actually is good for people with depression to get out and be active and walk and get your body flowing. You all have heard about the endorphins, the natural kind of endorphins and good feeling chemicals that are released when we exercise. So, you know, I'm a big fan. I feel like I'm a cheerleader all week when I'm in the clinic for exercise, and I'm just happy and proud of you all for coming out. And I guess we're about ready to start. And then you're gonna be here next week as well?
I'll be here every Saturday from 9 to 10. If you guys want to come out and walk with me, it'll be really casual.
Okay, next week I'm on call. I'll be walking in the hospital seeing patients, so I won't get to be here. But I think Julie's going to be here, and we'd love to have a good group and just get this thing going. Maybe we'll get to know one another and encourage one another. And again, I want to thank the medical students and Julie for doing all the hard work to get organized and get this thing going. If you're a medical student at Texas Tech, I want you to raise your hand so we can see who you are. Wow, that's a great